Hi guys, and welcome back to yet another episode of A Girl's Diary with Angie. And this channel, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. So today we are yet again at La Maison Royal South Sea, and in honor of Mother's Day, I'm accompanied here with very wonderful women who are also mothers, of course. So on my right is Mrs. Masharia, who is a wife, a mother of 3 children under 2, and also a professional digital designer. And on my left is of course the group manager of La Maison Group of Hotels, and that is La Maison in South Sea, Westlands, and Masai Mara. So today being Mother's Day, we are going to do all things mothers. So I hope you're ready for this conversation that is going to revolve around mothers, the joys, the challenges, the ups and downs, anything and everything that revolves just being a mother in this world. So stay tuned. Okay, so I'm going to start with you, Grace. Can I call you Grace? That's
Yes,
okay.
you can call me Grace.
So you, of course, being a young mother with 3 children under 2,
Yes.
and also a professional, how do you manage that?
Well, it is all about your mind and being prepared for what you've entered into.
Okay.
First of all, I am a wife to one Mr. Masharia. I got married in the year 2017.
So the other day.
Yeah, just the other day.
Quite young.
So we'll be celebrating 4 years in marriage this August.
Oh, congratulations.
So yeah, I'm still young, as you can see.
Yeah, it's cute.
And I'm a mother of 3. My firstborn, they are twins.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes, I have 3 girls, and the other one is 5, almost 6 months now. And it has been a sweet, sour journey, but I'm managing. I don't know, but by the grace of God, but it's a hassle sometimes.
Okay.
It is a hassle, I can tell you, especially in the nights. There are hassles, but I'm managing well.
So I don't know if I'm allowed to ask this, but was the other one planned also, or how did she come so quickly into the picture? The last one.
It was not in my plan, but it was in the plans of God.
Of course.
So far, so good. I cannot say if things have gone haywire or anything. She's a cool kid. She's collected. She's calm. She doesn't cry a lot. So it's been smooth. From pregnancy till now, I am enjoying.
I've been lucky, of course.
Yes, I'm lucky and blessed. I can say that.
Okay.
Yes.
I know you're wondering why is it that I'm staring at you. You're amazing.
I'm amazing.
You are amazing.
Oh, thank you so much.
Actually, it's like we can't say she has 2 children.
Yeah.
No, she has 3. You know, like all of them look like triplets.
Exactly.
Oh, yes.
Exactly.
So,
Almost at the
and
same
you're
age.
looking really good, meaning you haven't neglected being Mrs. Masharia. It hasn't taken over you. It has not juggled around you.
But
Yeah?
today I've made a special effort because I know.
No, I don't make that special effort for a day. Because if you have neglected yourself for some time, it
yes.
shows in that day that
Yeah, on a serious note,
so
true. I have tried.
you're really amazing.
And it's because I keep my mind working and myself physically. I just don't sit there because I have somebody who helps me at home. I have a girl, and I have a very good support system. So I have not been stressed because of the kids. I have my mom who stays just around. Actually, when my first my twins were born, I really had a good time. I had support from my mom, my sisters, some friends, my neighbors. So it hasn't taken a toll on me.
Yeah, it shows. You can't afford. I think you can't afford to be lazy with all that arrangement and all that going on.
And it's also a very living your 3 small children with 1 girl, and it's overwhelming to me.
And also
I can imagine somebody else who's not the mother.
Yes,
So I manage.
But we also celebrate the house managers,
Yes,
of course,
we
because
celebrate
we
them.
tend
Yes.
to forget them.
They'll also
But
be mothers,
they spend, I think the kids spend most of their time with them, more than they spend with their mothers.
Yeah.
And
Grace, I'm curious about something. Yeah, psychologically, I had an experience like you as when I was pregnant of my second baby. And there was a chance that they were telling me I have twins and all that. And I remember processing it not very well. You understand? I panicked. Yeah. So when you found out that you're expecting twins, how did that take a toll on you? That I want to understand. I'm sure the audience also want to understand, because it was really, really. I just did not speak for like 5 minutes.
Like a traumatic experience.
What do I do with twins? You understand? Yes, I wanted babies, really wanted babies, but twins. I just need to know what happened. How did you process that?
First of all, I have a very supportive husband. I went with him that day actually for clinic. It was the first scan, like I think 20 weeks or so. So when the doctor was doing the scan on me, he looked and like, I'm seeing 2 people here. Then I'm like, how in the world? It wasn't even in my mind at all at that time. Then he actually called another doctor to confirm. Then he confirmed. We were shocked, excited. Our first babies, how we need to do it. But after some time, because my husband, he's very smooth and encouraging, and he's like, this is a challenge, bring it on. So I relaxed. So I didn't have so much stress processing it. So I was okay.
Lucky girl, support system.
And then
the support system is really important, which most of us don't really have. So what would you actually tell women like who are doing the same thing that you do? Like, the core thing is, if we are not lucky not to have the support system, what actually happens?
What happens?
Because I think that was my real fear. I didn't think I was up for the challenge. I know, have you ever gone to bed and you're telling God, please God, I know you love me, but I don't. I want one kid. I know you really love me, but just give me one kid.
There's something that God has given women. He has given us first sixth sense, and if there's something that women don't know, they are stronger than men. Women, we go through so much. If men were given half the things that women go through, that is why you find there is no woman in their right senses that will give birth to a child and leave the child. Mama ni wa kukwama na watoto wake. So first of all, be psychologically prepared for anything as a mother for your child. That way, you'll be alert, and however many children God will give you, you will manage. It is only about the mind and knowing that this child depends on you and you solely. And that way you'll be able to overcome so many things.
You're amazing.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to have this sitting with you. I'm really
thank you, I'm privileged to share my story.
Continue doing it.
Thank you so
So
much.
are we adding more children? Are you not afraid that the next lap will be twins? Because now you have triplets.
Yeah, I have triplets now. The small one is growing so fast. She's catching up with the twins, and I'm preparing myself for all that. And I know God is the giver. Whenever He gives, He provides grace, provides finances, and everything that He has given. He has given you these children to take care of. Umetoka kwake and He provides everything.
So another interesting question, like how did you end up having twins? Do twins run in your family, or it just happened?
It didn't just happen. We have twins from my mom's side and also from my husband's side. They are twins. But they are all fraternal, so my twins are fraternal. They are not identical.
Somehow they look alike.
They somehow look alike. They all look alike. They all look like their dad, and it's unfair.
I think that's the other one.
Which one?
Somehow. Not Michelle, the other one.
Oh, Gabby.
Yeah,
Gabby.
somehow. So don't be discouraged. I will talk about
No, the next one will look like you.
Oh, look at
Yeah, so
You're sailing in the same boat. My children don't look like me.
I'm sorry, but
I cross my fingers for
Yes.
that.
So I don't know, but I think it's exciting. For me, I've always wished actually to have twins. I've always wished, and I know it would be traumatizing, and I don't know how I would handle it, but I would be so excited. There are other things I would worry about later, but really it's my wish.
They are so much fun with
You know, Angie is also a mother.
Yes, she's a
So
mother.
I
Yes.
also want to hear how she's doing it. Yeah, a single mom. How are you rocking that one? Huh?
So again, as she said, it's all about the support system. Like you need a plan, really, and you need a plan to raise a child. Especially for my sake, being a single mom, and then I also had to travel and to work abroad for like 3 years, which I did go with a child. So of course I couldn't have managed without the support system. My whole family, my mom was very supportive because she was under the direct care of my mom. And then whenever she closed school, she would come to my sister's place. She was in the like at the western side with my mom, and she would come to my sister's place whenever she closed school. So that is the entire support system. One of my sisters would volunteer to go literally pick her up, bring her to Nairobi, and then when the school closed open, they would take her back. So for me, it has been a support system from my parents. They did not expect so much from me, like even financially, thank God. Because she was like the only child in the home for the 3 years, so my parents were happy to raise her. I think all I had to do was pay school fees. So that support system, if you have it, you're lucky. If you don't have it, because let's say if somebody out there right now, they get the opportunity or maybe a good job to work abroad, maybe to better their lives. If they don't have anyone to leave that kid with, it cannot happen. So the support system is always very important, and I don't know, because it doesn't happen for everyone, but if you have it, then it's very good. Yeah. So I don't know how you raise your kids. You have some help at home or what?
My story is nice, and like you said, sour at some point. I have 2 children.
Yeah.
A 13-year-old boy. Tafadhali msicheke. And almost 2.5-year baby girl.
Wow. That's a gap of.
That is a gap of 10 years.
10
Yes.
Yeah.
10. 7 to 10. But I'll tell you this. I'd lost hope of ever becoming a mother for another. I thought that was the end. So after my first boy, it was a struggle to get this to a point that I had to visit very many doctors. The conclusion was, Faith, you either do an operation to your fallopian tubes are blocked. So it's either you do a process there, you have to open your flowers so that you are able to get more fluid. So the question was, is it 100% when you do this? And they said, no, it's actually not even 50-50, we are just trying. So I'm like, you're not going to cut me and it's 50. I'm not doing it. So we didn't do it. So it's okay. With one kid, it's fine. Then one morning, I am throwing out here, I'm throwing out there, and after 10 years,
Wow.
So I go to the doctor, and the doctor is like, my friend, I think you're pregnant, but in the look, you look a mess. You know that process, you look a mess. No, I didn't. After 10, you started trying for a second, maybe when you're 4, maybe it's 4, most likely you start at 3, because you want them maybe to have a gap of 3 years or 4 years. So then you go through so many medics and till you're like, thank you, Jesus.
Yes.
This is good for me.
It's
okay, at least you gave me 1. I'm not 0. And then someone tells you the way you look pregnant. I'm like, no.
So what are you saying?
What are you saying? So they did the test, the urine test, it's like, it's positive. Blood test. Can we do a scan? And that is where the scan was showing like twins. I freaked out.
Seriously? After waiting for that long?
Freaked out. I was like, okay, I wanted babies, but twins? Really?
What actually made you so stressed out?
Do you know when you close a book, you've closed it? There's a way that your mind works that, and you have closed this chapter. It was a process.
And it means you had stopped trying.
I had stopped trying, so it was like,
it made sense.
It was, I wasn't trying for babies, no, I wasn't, I was okay, because it had costed me my marriage. It has costed, you know, like when you don't have children and the in-laws are on your case, your husband is broken by it, and you even separated. So it had costed me a lot. It had costed me a lot of pain. So I had managed to put that behind me, and now I am marching forward to another life. So I've gotten another partner, we are starting a marriage, and we are in agreement. My friend, you know I don't give babies, so if I don't give you any, you're good, so there is no hassle. So I am good.
Yes.
And then now here we are, and they're like, okay, twins.
So you were alone when you were finding out?
I was alone because it is the way you don't feel well.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And you're like, I have fever, I have to see a doctor. So you go to the doctor, and the doctor is telling you, you understand now?
Yeah.
So when you close a chapter, and it's like making a decision, I'm going to get married. It is usually very difficult to get a divorce for a woman. Yeah, but for a man maybe it's easy. But for a woman, it's usually very difficult for you to go and say, I need to get a divorce. You want to work on it.
Yeah.
So once I closed that book, with a lot of heartaches and a lot of frustrations, and I became me and I accepted. So again, someone tells you, so you're like, okay. It kicks you back, and then it tells you twins. It's fast. The first thing, it kicks you back, and then you're like, what will my spouse say? Probably he married me because I can't get babies. And now here I am. It's another story. Did you lie? So did you lie? It
It's so challenging.
So you're happy, you're sad, you're not happy, you don't know what to do. Actually, you don't know what to react.
Yeah.
But I thank God it worked well, and now I have a 3-year-old beautiful baby girl who is amazing. She's amazing. She I will not mind having another and another.
Really? Yes.
Even twins now. Because and I realize you're raising girls. I can tell the difference between raising a boy and raising a girl. They just grow up so fast in a way that you're like, oh, you remember when I saw your kid, I'm like, I wish they could just remain here. This is the nicest place where she lives right now. You just move them like dogs. Right now she wants to cook with me. She wants to do everything for herself. She's dictating people in the house. But I'm really grateful that I got that chance to be her mother again. And you see what God did to me. It's not me. I say it is God. And His own timing.
Exactly.
This is what people should do out there. They should. You see, when they say trust in God, have faith in that God. At His time, He will come through. He's never late. He's never early. He came through at the right time. Yeah.
Least expected.
And when I least expected it, He completed me. In a way that, you see, when they say He will lay a table, He did that for me. Exactly. You can imagine my in-laws. My ex-husband and all those people who had written me off, and there are those words they use when you can't get pregnant. Those very harsh words they use when you and He laid a table and gave me a flower that shines around my house, and I'm like, this is not me, it's God. When I gave up and said, it's okay, glory be to your name, maybe you've chosen this life for me, He came through. So to me, to any woman out there struggling to get pregnant, first I'll talk to the husband. Be patient.
Yes.
If there's nothing actually, and especially if you have a first baby, you're going to get a second baby, and that baby, it's only secondary infertility, and it happens for a reason. I tend to think I will not be in a very safe place where I was, like how I am in the place where I am right now. So I think when they say everything happens for a reason, and always for the best.
Yes.
Always for the best. But Angie, as we close, because I know we are almost closing here, what would you tell? I don't want to tell them. I've been a single mom for a duration, so I don't want to speak about that. But I want you to speak to those who are in your shoes and they are actually, you see, like they chase. You. Of course, your child has a father.
Yes.
They call them deadbeat. I don't know. I want you to speak to the lady out there who has the same scenario that you have. Over a deadbeat and they are running in courts and all that. What is your take on that?
For me, I would really say one thing, accept the situation as it is. this going around chasing after a deadbeat, as you have said, is totally pointless. It will hurt you, and at the end of the day, it will also hurt the child. In my case, and that's what I can tell any girl out there, accept the situation. You're not the first single mother out there, and sometimes it's not even out of choice. Things happen. You're not alone, and in this life, if you really, just as you say, in everything, if you can trust in God, you can do it. We talked about support system. I'm telling you, it cannot happen without God. So God will provide in so many ways, whether financially, whether people who are there for you, whether friends, God will always provide. So if you can just trust in God and don't hate on that child, don't feel that if it were not for that child, you will not be going through whatever you're going through. Things always come through. For me, there's a time that I really struggled. I was walking from Westlands to South Sea. I used to stay around this place, just so that I could spare some money and buy milk for a child. But I did it. I did not give up, and eventually God opened an opportunity for me where I could make enough money that I wasn't struggling at all, because I never gave up on that child. And so don't give up on that child, don't give up on yourself, and just, if you can trust in God, He will make a way. I wouldn't say how, but He always does. He will make a way, and somehow, as she said, when God gives you that child, He always just makes a way for you. And I provide what they say, kila mtoto anakuja na sahani yake. Like every child will come with their own plate, so you will just find a way to manage. Don't give up, they are a blessing.
That's what I wanted to hear. Because you realize, I have friends who are really running around their baby daddies. Just running. You're wasting a lot of time. Just running and money, running after someone. And to me, this is how I feel. We expect God to provide. Yeah. When I run after that man, I expect him to provide. Who is providing for that man? That is the question that lingers. Who is giving that man that money that is supposed to give you for your child? It's the same God. So if you focus on God, why would He not do it for you directly? So to me, I feel that I've been single, yes, I've been married, I've been single, so I know. But one thing that has helped me walk through the journey of all those is that focusing, having faith in God, having faith that I don't look upon my husband, I don't look upon my baby daddy, I am looking upon God. The same way He will provide for you, that husband of mine or that baby daddy of mine, He is the same way. Women, we should have faith more in ourselves. We should just stand in there. You and your God work it together. There's no way you're going to be lazy and get blessed. But get yourself out there. Armor yourself. There's something we call armoring yourself. The only thing I ask women to borrow from men is confidence.
Yes.
That is the only thing I would ask women, girls, borrow from your men. Confidence. That man without, he walks tall with confidence, whether he has it or he doesn't. That's the same thing you borrow from him, confidence. And the rest, God will provide. He laid a table for me, a nice one that everybody who went about me, now they see me, they're like, but how it happened, it's through just trusting the system. You understand? You want to leave me. Is this what you really want? Is this what really makes you happy? It broke me completely. But it works. You have to trust that everything works for your good if you trust in God. And there's this: He's your creator. The Bible says He knows you even before you are conceived in your mother, even before you got into your mother's womb. So why don't you trust that He's got you? He's got your back. Yes.
So and so been joined by this lovely angel of mine, that very big blessing from God that I would never call a mistake. It's a blessing. And she's now 7. I've made it through 7 years, and you can do it. Don't just, if you have your confidence, if you depend on God and not on that deadbeat, then you'll make it. As she said, shift your focus from the man.
Actually pray for them.
Pray for them, exactly. Maybe they might just step up, but don't just put your trust in them. Pray for them, but trust that let God do His job. Let God do whatever He meant for. Maybe He meant for you to find somebody better, like faith. So don't just fix yourself on something that is not working, and you're hurting yourself, you're hurting that child. It's not helping, so I think we can
Finally, I want to wish specific mothers in my life that have impacted me since I became a mother, or even before. My mom, I wish her happy Mother's Day. My mom in love, she loves me. Imagine, I have never had her call me by my name. She calls me mom up to this date.
Wow.
And another woman, a special woman in my life, she's called Mrs. Gitonga. And other so very many women in my life. And I also want to wish the mothers in waiting, those who are pregnant, those who have lost babies and they are still waiting, trust in God. He will come through for you. He's the giver of babies, not these men. You can try with them, but it is only God who gives children, and He will give you and He will fulfill the joy of your life. And I also want to wish mothers who are struggling. They think that their children came to bring them down. Those children, you don't know their future. One day, they will be up there giving a speech of success. And trust me, they will mention you and you'll be so proud of them. So happy Mother's Day to all women.
So exactly as she said, happy Mother's Day. And for me, of course, I want to wish the entire clan that has helped me raise this child, my sisters, my mother, my grandparents, my aunties, my cousins. I wish you all a happy Mother's Day and that God continually bless you.
Happy Mother's Day to my mother. I don't have a really big support system. So happy Mother's Day to my sisters and my friends who are mothers. Yes, thank you.
So guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us today on this another episode of Aga's Diary with Angie, and I hope you enjoyed. And feel free to comment down on the comment section down below of what other topics you would like to see us discuss as women or just in general. And don't forget to like this video, share, and of course subscribe to this channel. And we will see you next week. So our airing will be every Tuesday, God willing. So we will see you on another Tuesday. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.